Oh, the cold weather is certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his first pass is incomplete. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
You look at this Steeler defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami. One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. That's taken on the 25. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. He'll get this to about the 38. This defense for the Cowboys, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis. And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them. Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold. You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did. From the gun, he'll hand this off. That's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain. Second and 14. The slot man in motion right. 2nd and 14. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. They'll drop to throw. Open man, the tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. The Steelers at 9-2 to start play. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Steeler defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. Ooh, the juke. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Left side to Lamb. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4.
Here we go, set.
Looking to throw. O'Neal. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
2nd and 6.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. In motion, the tight end. Throwing to start the drive. O'Neal. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Second and 10. Back to throw. O'Neal. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. O'Neal. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Third down and 13. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Throwing to start the drive. O'Neal. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tracking 60.
Back to throw. O'Neal. His throw caught right around the 6. Well, that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
Boswell's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. 1 second, all that remains. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point, the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach that, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Let's go.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one, 28 yards on the ground. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up first and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Operating from the gun, O'Neal. This will be caught at about the 5. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on first and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
Second and goal from the 1.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now second and 8 at the 32-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 4. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Yeah, that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And he's going to be dumped there, but he does have a 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down and 3.
They'll set up to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd down and 6 now.
They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey.
From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Viking 18. Here we go. Here we go. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. O'Neal. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession. But the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And he stopped immediately there. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
Over the middle, it's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thompson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
If you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Who wants him more? This is 4th and a yard.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Here's 1st and goal.
He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. And that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now he's loose up the left sideline.
And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the 1st of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll look to throw here on first down.
That is intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Now a 2nd and 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week.